Hello everyone, here are the latest market news on June the 12th, 2019. Dollar hovers near 11-week low. The dollar hovered near an 11-week low against its peers on Wednesday, weighted by expectations the U.S. Federal Reserve could cut interest rates sometime in the next few months. The dollar index versus a basket of 6 major currencies was effectively flat at 96.707, trading just above the 96.459 level it hit on Monday, its lowest since late March. The index has been under pressure following a sharp decline in long-term U.S. Treasury yields, which fell to near two-year lows on Friday after a soft U.S. jobs report raised expectations for an interest rate cut by the Fed. Investor focus is now on the Fed's next policy meeting on June the 18th, 19th, and what kind of signals the central bank could offer on the direction of monetary policy. Expectations for a central bank rate cut this year rose last week after a number of Fed officials, including Chairman Jerome Powell, hinted they were open to easing monetary policy. Tesla is serious about possible record quarter. Tesla Inc. has a decent shot at a record quarter on every level, Chief Executive Officer Elon Musk said at the company's annual shareholder meeting on Tuesday, soothing concerns about weak demand for the electric car maker's sedans. Tesla's stock rose 3.6% to $225 in extent trading, and Musk also said the company was on track to hit its volume production goal by the end of this year. Musk was treated as a star by investors at the annual meeting, receiving applause as he laid out plans for global expansion and going so far as to tell an inquiring investor that Tesla engineers actually have a design for a submarine car. He said making one would be a distraction and have a small market. Musk's positive comments on Tuesday echoed his forecast last month that the company was on track to hit record deliveries in the second quarter. Mobil sought to fight environmental regulation. Oil giant Mobil sought to make tax-exempt donations to leading universities, civic groups, and arts programs to promote the company's interests and undermine environmental regulation, according to internal documents from the early 1990s obtained by The Guardian. The documents shine a light on the ways corporations have used their money to buy influence, amass prestige, and shape public policy through grants to academic programs and advocacy groups. The internal grant-making recommendations and records, many market confidential, cover $1.2 million worth of funding, about 10% of the foundation's annual budget. More than two-thirds of the roughly 120 full-page grant recommendations predict specific benefits for the oil giant. Protest in Hong Kong over Chinese extradition law. More than 1 million protesters took to the streets of Hong Kong Sunday, organizers said, to oppose a controversial extradition bill that would enable China to extradite fugitives from the city. The mass of protesters would be the largest demonstrations since the city was handed back to China in 1997. Civil Human Rights Front, the group that organized the protests, said 1.03 million people marched, a figure that accounts for almost 1 in 7 of the city's 7.48 million strong population. Hong Kong police estimated the number of protesters closer to 240,000. Critics say the bill will leave anyone on Hong Kong soil vulnerable to being grabbed by the Chinese authorities for political reasons or inadvertent business offenses that undermine the city's semi-autonomous legal system. The bill has caused political gridlock, outcry among the city's usually pro-conservative business community, and even physical scuffles in the city's legislature, as well as criticism of the Hong Kong government by the United States and European Union. Police said they used pepper spray on the protesters before they escaped the area. Officers urged protesters to disperse. The protest was mostly peaceful during the day, but it turned violent overnight, with police trying to clear protesters with batons.